What's happening, guys? It's another day. I'm looking crazy, hair not cut, camera's looking foggy. I've been on the go this last few weeks, so obviously tomorrow I got to get a haircut. But today I am shooting an interview for a documentary I'm working on. So I figured I'd show you guys not only that, but I'll also show you guys how I pack all my gear into a small 2019 Honda HR-V. No production van yet, but this might just help you guys when packing a small vehicle or considering packing a small vehicle. Now, I'm not going to bring everything in the kitchen sink. I'm going to try to pack light. My studio space is on a second floor and there's no elevator, so I got to load in all this gear myself. I do not have an assistant on this, but I'm going to show you guys how we get this done. So starting off, this is the 2019 Honda HR-V, right? Seats go down, which is a plus. As you can see, I brought out some gear outside. I'm gonna try to not show you in the office. The office is a mess, but typically this is how I start. So I always begin with sandbags, and what I like to do is put sandbags under the driver and the passenger seat, and then kind of stack them up on the floor. So I have one here. I'm gonna bring about 4. I don't think I need more than 4. I'm not really doing a crazy heavy setup, and I'm only bringing 3 C-stands. So yeah, I'm gonna go in and grab some stuff. So once the sandbags are in, I kind of just drop the seats, and as you can see, or maybe you can't see here, that's it. Maybe you can't see them that great. Yeah, the seat just kind of sits flat, a little bit pitched because obviously the sandbags are there, but not bad altogether. Same thing on this side, sandbags on the floor. I'm gonna drop that. Now I have a C-stand here, which is good because I'm gonna show you how I set those guys up in a second. This first C-stand, it's not a turtle-based C-stand, so I don't know if you can see this well. Problems of self-filming. So this is not a turtle base, and the turtle base just means the base essentially separates from the C-stand, which I have one that I'll show you. But what I typically do is get them up all the way, so I have the legs flush up, and on the C-stand side is where I usually set anything like light stands, soft boxes, and things of that nature. And I kind of just pile them all to one side. So I'm gonna grab the rest of the C-stands now. So here's what I was talking about. This is a turtle-based C-stand. As you can see, it just separates the actual pipe part from the base. So that I'll just stack anywhere for right now. Although I have 4 stands in my possession, I'm just gonna bring 3. I don't think I need to do more than that. So what I'll be doing is bringing 1 for my Aputure 600X, 1 for a flag, 1 to boom my Mullis X100, which would be my hair light. So that's essentially the setup I'm gonna go with. So now, as you can see, they're pretty compact here in this corner. Once I get the bags and everything else, I can compact them way more. But for right now, that's actually not that bad. So all the C-stands are loaded. Now I'm gonna go grab my next item, which is a gun case, but I actually have 2 tripods and 3 light stands in the case, and I'll show you that in a second. So this bag right here, you see, is just a standard cheap rifle case, and I don't have much loaded in the front pockets. So in this little pouch here, what I have is a 1/4-20 and the, what's this, a 3/8 pin. And I'll put links to everything that I have if you guys want to venture into looking at stuff. It's really nothing spectacular, but just so you guys can have a sense of what I have here, right? So in this front pouch here, I just have two like travel tripods. This one's a Joby, and this is a Sunpack. And if you're doing stuff like social content, social media stuff like that, these are perfect because they're lightweight. You could move around easily versus using a fluid head tripod and stuff like that. And then when I open the main compartment, I have 3 flashpoint tripods. And I like these. They're pretty heavy duty. They're the air cushioned, and again, you could move the pin to either the top or on the side. And with the pins removed, it fits perfectly in the bag. And yeah, this is a nice little setup. And I mean, the case is only like 20 bucks, and I actually got the case just used on Marketplace. I've been looking for a bag to kind of, carry things, but I didn't want to spend an arm and a leg on a bag, and this ended up working out perfect. So sometimes it doesn't have to be the most high-end production gear to get the job done, and this rifle case actually gets the job done. And bonus point, if you really wanted to wear it like a backpack, you can. So that is that. So with this case, I just rest it right on top. That holds all of the light stands in place. I can shift them over. It's not normally neat as I would do it, but it gets the job done. So for key light, I have the Aputure 600X. And that sits there for refill. I have an Aputure 300X. And right now with this pop-up crate or Insta crate, this is my bootleg camera coffin. It's not really like meant to be a camera coffin. I just needed something to essentially place my camera in. But since I didn't have padding and this isn't a dedicated camera coffin, let me show you what I have in here. So in this pouch here, I have my Mullis X100, and then this is a Falcon Eyes light mat. So dual duties, light mat cushions it, as well as I have an extra light mat if I need it. And same thing with the Mullis. This generally I just bring everywhere because it's such a small light. I'm not gonna bring it out because it's just a pain to move, but inside there I have a pouch that has stuff like follow focus, extra cables and things like that. And I've been real persistent on doing the best to back things up as much as possible. And all we have is a few things left. An Apple box, always good to have an Apple box. I don't know, gaff and grip milk crate that has things such as stingers, grip heads, gobo heads. Oh, and I gotta grab my gobo arms, which the gobo arms will go on the same side as the light stands. So here I have my Rode Boompo, which this thing should get retired. 2 gobo arms with heads. So I need to get another bag because it'd be great to put everything else in there. So I brought my main tripod. I was gonna bring a secondary, but I got 2 in the light stand bag, so I'm not gonna bring it. Second camera is not as rigged as the main camera, so I'll get away with using one of those travel tripods. This is my 48-inch softbox, bringing that. Although I'm not sure what I'm gonna do for lighting. I may do like a book lighting or something else. I'm not sure if I'm gonna hit directly with that. So it hasn't been decided yet, but let me grab, there's only a few things left now. I gotta grab my gaff grip box, which has all my stuff in it, stingers and all that. And then I need to grab bounce flags and all that good stuff. So not as neat as it was, but basically I'll quickly pull this out and maybe just a quick repack, which seems seems not worth taking the time to repack, but yeah, it easier when it's neater. Plus I have one of these big orange extended cords in here, which is obviously hasn't been rolled up the right way. Here you see some paper tape, electrical tape, 2 gobo heads, and then just a bunch of small little things. Not the biggest kit, but it actually works pretty well for what I needed to do. I will repack this, and this is a crusty bongo tie. So what I do is just kind of flip it sideways. It's easier to get the stingers, extension cords. Don't know where your level of filming is at, and this camera's probably crooked. Obviously you want all black extension cords, stingers. Typically on production that's what we use, but I'm just using what I have laying around at the current moment. I gotta order some more stingers, and I'm probably gonna be a little behind on today's interview because I'm trying to film this video for you guys. Now there's a few things to note with this extension cord, stinger, whatever you want to call it. You see all the rolls of tape. The extension cord essentially is junk, but because I'm the only one that's going to be handling it, I'm going to use it. If you're on set, if you're somewhere where there's going to be multiple people, you do not want to bring this on set. It's just a risk. But again, it's just going to be me today. This is one of those situations as probably do as I say, not do as I do. Because obviously having an extension cord, stinger, whatever you want to call it again, that has ginormous amounts of tape and all that is not the safest thing. So now you can take a look and see, voila, it's a lot neater. Throw these guys in there. And this is just for the molus. I have no real good way to pack it, so I just kind of just throw it in there. This is like a diffused kind of dome. There's also a cone that's in there. That's a tinier one, but this one is it's nice to have. So it is now 9:16. My interview starts at 12. At this point, I just have my flags, bounce, and one camera bag. But you guys can see the process. Lighting camera, FX rigged up. Here's my power. We got Apple box here. We got all our light stands, everything else. I may bring one more softbox for the 300. Don't mind the mess. This chair here, because I don't remember what kind of seating is in the studio. And one of these cheap, I'm guessing this is like a Mainstay, so that's a Walmart. One of these cheap little stools. Is good to have 2 of these on hand. I know Garnell always keeps one with them, and these things come super handy. I get the Apple box, which doubles as my seat for the day. So let me grab the last things, and we're good to button this up. Almost forgot my audio case and my mic, which is the Rode NTG2. Let's do. So NTG2, which that I'll throw in there because that's light enough and won't destroy things. And this is my audio case, and I could kind of go through this real quick. So I'll show you what I have in here. So this is my audio box. Like everything else, it's a work in progress. It's probably gonna be more. I have here, well, one, I have here my boom pole holder that just kind of sits on top there. My H6. This is an older H4n. The pickups here don't work, but the XLR still work. So it's more of an emergency situation. I have 2 Zoom H1s. Honestly, these things could get retired. I have the pickups for the H6, the ball one. And then I have the XY one. This is just a little bit of cables. I have another audio box that's mainly cables, but a few XLRs, 1/4 inch, little bit of adapters. Here I have some adhesive medical tape, some AA's, and then what we started doing, because we hated not having stuff, but this has mics in it, headphones, and other cables that could be utilized during a production. And the inserts, I didn't go out and spend $100 and something. I actually made these. If you want to see that, I can make a video on me making some. I gotta make some for the new cases I have, which I have 3 120Ds in the house from Aperture, which I'm trying to put all into a case. That way I'm not bringing 20,000 cases. So that gotta get foamed out, but yeah. That is the audio box. This is audio 1. Last but not least, my flags, my backpack, and this is a wrap. So obviously I'm missing things because I'm trying to film a video on it, but I like to keep this as flat as possible because I have a piece of duvetine and some other moving blankets that I put on top to kind of cover what's in the back here. At some point, I'm gonna get these windows tinted a little bit more so you can't see in the car, but for right now, this is what I have. So normally for this stuff I would bring more, but I have a 4x4 bounce, which doubles as a flag on the opposite side. This is a 4 Halo Silk. And then this is just a tiny flag, which I do need to get a 4x4 floppy neg, however you want to label it. Definitely that is something that needs to be added. But for right now, this will do for what I need. I'm trying to keep it light, guys. As I said, my studio space is on the 2nd floor, and there's no elevator. It's a shared space. I share with another photographer, so keeping the gear there would just be too much. But I'm trying to rent a closet or something in the same building, so that way I keep some gear there and not have to worry about bringing it all the time. So that is that, guys. It is fully packed, ready to roll. Here is this thrown on the floor right now, but here's this, and this I just kind of throw over everything. So these are like these weird thin moving blankets, but I also will use them as, like, if I want to cut some light or like a neg, I could essentially drape this over a C-stand and have a 4x4 neg, or like a even bigger, I think, than that, depending how I set them up. So at some point I plan on getting a 8x8 butterfly, or just like a different kind of setup, but I think this will do good. And because everything's stacked on this side, I'm not gonna open the door because then everything's gonna fall out. I'll just go through the front seat here, and voila. So there you have it, cars packed up and ready to roll. Hopefully this was useful to you guys. Maybe it'll show you can go and add gear to your small vehicle. You don't need necessarily a production van. And one of the cool things that I actually saw a buddy of mine, I was working with him, and what he did, he had the tool, the ski cargo stow. I don't know what the correct term for it is, but he had one of those tool things on top of the roof of the car. And what we did was we actually added a combo stand in there and a bunch of other, we had the rails for a Dana dolly. There's a bunch of stuff. So at some point I plan on getting one of those for this car, so that way I could put like light stands and other stuff up top, and I'll actually have more space if I need to put more gear in my car. So I'll see you guys at the studio.